Have you ever asked yourself, is anyone really listening to my prayers? We've all been there, on our knees, eyes closed, whispering our deepest desires, our greatest hopes, sometimes with tears streaming down our faces. And then we wait, we wonder, we question. But let me ask you this. What if the silence is not the absence of an answer, but the prelude to something extraordinary? In his first letter, John says that we are given a powerful promise, and how bold and free we then become in God's presence, freely asking according to his will, sure that he's listening. And if we are confident that he is listening, we know that what we have asked for is as good as ours. Do you feel the power of these words? God hears us. And not just that, he's ready to bless us with what we ask for, as long as it aligns with his will. This means that the very act of a prayer being answered is a sign that God is saying, "Yes, my child, I am here and I desire to bless you." Yet how often do we truly believe this? One of the greatest obstacles to embracing answered prayers is the misconceptions we hold. We think that if our prayers are not answered immediately or in the way we imagined, God has turned his back on us. We feel abandoned, unloved, or even punished. But that's not the God we know. That's not the God who sent his only son to die for us. These misconceptions can build walls around our hearts, preventing us from experiencing the fullness of God's love. They make us see a closed door, where in reality God is preparing a new path, one that exceeds anything we could ask or imagine. When our understanding is clouded by these false beliefs, it hinders our emotional healing. We miss the beauty in the waiting, the strength in the silence, the growth in the struggle. Imagine planting a seed and expecting a tree the next day. Very immature, right? But isn't that what we do with our prayers? We forget that sometimes God's answers take time because he is nurturing something deeper in us. A faith that is unshakable, a trust that is profound, a love that is unconditional. God is attentive. He listens to every word, every sigh, every cry. He doesn't just hear our prayers, he treasures them. He responds in his perfect timing, with his perfect wisdom, and in ways that we may not always understand, but that are always for our good. He is the loving Father who knows what we need before we ask, and is eager to give us the desires of our hearts when we delight in him. So let's recap. Receiving answers to our prayers is a sign of God's intention to bless us. Misconceptions about unanswered prayers can hinder our emotional healing, but the truth is, God is always attentive, always listening, always ready to fulfill his promises. Because when we understand that every yes, no, or wait is wrapped in God's love, we begin to see that our prayers are not just heard, they are answered beyond our wildest dreams. Now it's time to take a bold step. I challenge you to reflect on a time when you felt your prayer was unanswered and share it in the comments below. How has your perspective shifted today? What new understanding has dawned in your heart? And after you do that, watch the other videos on this channel that talk about God's promises and how they unfold in our lives. Let's journey together in faith and discover the beauty of answered prayers.